Hey Hustlers! Welcome back to another episode of RRH.
The Reality of a Hustler.
I'm Dana.
And I'm Erika. And today is a special video and we have a special guest. Are you guys ready?
We have two special guests.
Oh yeah. Today's very special too. Ready?
Drum roll.
Surprise! It's us!
What? You startled me.
You excited?
There's no one there, buddy. Come on. Come on.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, this is Boots. We didn't introduce him the last time he was in the video. It was very rude of us. I'm really sorry.
This is Donna's son.
He's my
Boots,
son,
yeah.
Bootsy.
But yeah, we thought it would be cool to... It's not going to be as in-depth of a video as our interviewees, but just some basic questions so you guys get to know us more. And we just thought, why not get to meet your co-creators and get to showcase a little bit of us. We have some little appetizer dip here, and
here, got some spinach dip and some naan and some Cabernet.
little one, you know, just casual.
Trying to loosen up a little bit, you know.
Okay.
All right, let's get started. Hold on, let me just get a little of this.
She's obsessed with.
Okay.
So we're just gonna go back and forth, ask a couple questions, and we'll both just answer. So introduce yourself. What food in her mouth?
Okay, first up, we're gonna introduce ourselves, obviously. So I'm Dana. I'm 27 years old. I am a graduate of CSUN, Cal State University Northridge. I majored in sociology with an emphasis to criminal justice, and as you can see, I'm obviously not a cop or nowhere in this criminal justice system. To my disappointment, not really. It just didn't feel like the right path for me, and I think that happens to a lot of college students, that you feel like leading up to college, you feel like you want to do something, and then somewhere along the line, somewhere in those 3 to 4 years, you just realize it's not for you. And I didn't want to continue on to that path when I didn't feel like it was for me. So I'm not doing anything related to criminal justice or anything like that. I'm in equipment finance. I work with Erika, actually. We work with a firm who specializes in equipment financing for schools. So we work with a lot of schools across the nation. And over the years of my employment, I started working at a retail store. It was my first job. I worked at a fast food place. I worked at a restaurant as a server, and that was my last job until I started working at this firm with Erika, and that I've been doing that for the past 4 years now. And I love it. It's my 7:30 to 4 job, and on the side I do RRH. And what else?
She's Filipino.
Oh, I'm Filipino.
Born and raised.
We live in Southern California, in LA, outskirts of LA. Yeah, that's pretty much. I have 2 cats and a dog, Boots. I'm just recently got married. That's it.
That's her in a nutshell. Yeah, because or else we'd be talking for hours here. But all right, so about myself, I am Mexican. My parents, if you hadn't noticed, yeah, my parents were born and raised over there, came over here at a young age, and then somewhere along those lines they met and had me. I am the youngest.
A miracle happened.
A beautiful angel was born. No, I'm just kidding. I'm the youngest. I have 2 older brothers. As Donna mentioned, I think she didn't mention our first little job. We were 14, I want to say, around that age, right?
Probably younger. Yeah, around that age.
So to give you guys a sense, we've always kind of had, I guess, a hustle mindset, because I have no idea why we were out there working at 14, but What?
Life was tough.
I mean, yeah, we didn't really, it's not like we're scrounging for money, but I think we had this mentality that we wanted to work for our own and be able to go buy ourselves whatever we wanted. We didn't want to go ask our parents, hey, I want to buy this shirt or whatever it is. So we did have that mentality where we want to provide for ourselves. So whenever our friends brought this opportunity, I don't know if any of you out there did anything similar, but basically, I actually don't even know if this was through a program now or what the hell we're doing, but...
Or if it's even legal or illegal.
Yeah, they would take us in a van. I know it sounds really bad. They would put us in a van full of kids. Like, most of these were random besides like Donna and my other friend. And they would drop us off either at a neighborhood or a gas station, and they would give us a box of like goodies, like chocolates, candies, like, you know, and we would either go door to door or stand at the gas station and like sell the goodies. Then they would come back, and who knows when, they wouldn't really tell you. They'll just come back, pick you up, and see if you sold anything. And of course they would keep a percentage of it, and then we would keep the rest. I don't know how long we did that. Looking back, it seemed kind of odd, but we did do it for a little bit. Then after that, I worked at Chipotle, famous place, you know. So that was my job when I started going to college, which we graduated from Canoga Park High School, and then I went to Cal Lutheran University, which is a private school in the area. And I only went there mainly, I mean, it was a little pricey, but I did get a partial scholarship just because I had good grades, high GPA. So I did get a scholarship. I went there. I was just commuting from home, and I was working at Chipotle, and then my third year in college, I started interning at Northwestern Mutual, which is a financial planning, life insurance sort of company, which started getting me in the field of finance and business, which was a really good experience for me. And keep in mind, I was getting my bachelor's in business with an emphasis in management. Through my school, I found the internship of where we currently work, this financing firm that Donna mentioned. And yeah, it's been great. I'm going in my 5th year, so I have like, I guess 1 year in before we got Donna in, but it's been great because we get to network and build our businesses together and travel together. And yeah, that's where we've been so far.
We actually just broke down our questions to some hustle questions. I mean, the show is Raw Reality of a Hustler, and we do consider ourselves hustlers as well. So if you guys are wondering why we're on this show,
we are hustlers.
We are hustlers as well. And then some personal questions, so just so you guys can kind of get to know us a little bit more. Definitely, as you guys can see, I live in an apartment, so definitely in the next few years I want to own my own home, obviously with my dog, my 2 cats, and my husband. Hopefully start a family within those time frame as well. Travel, that's definitely a goal. I didn't really grow up with a lot of money, you know. I kind of went around working, putting myself to college and all of that, and I never felt like I had a lot of money to just splurge on traveling. So that's definitely a goal of mine to be able to do. For professional goals, I'm definitely very thankful and grateful for where I'm at with my current job, and I'll be there for as long as I can be there. But I do have a goal eventually, a few years down the road, to open up my own business. That's definitely a goal of mine. I do want to be my own boss and open up my own business. It could be in the fitness industry or anything along those lines. And I guess I can talk more about that later when it comes to the personal side of the questions, to just elaborate on my fitness. But that is my professional goal. And I guess we can talk together about the RRH one. I don't want to take over that one.
So personally, I mean, I'm sure like all of us, who doesn't want a house? Of course, we live in California, it's expensive, so a goal of a lot of us is working towards being able to be a homeowner. So that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. And besides that, I mean, you guys, obviously we're doing RRH for a reason. I think a lot of my personal goals are just oriented in giving back. So I do want to be a part of some sort of organization, whether it's something I create, which can even tie into professionally, honestly, because in the long run, it's something I want to do, but maybe it'll still give me money. But I am looking to do something, whether it's similar to RH, but just expanding it, or more globally. But also I have a big passion for animals. And I am from Mexico. Mexico has a huge issue with a lot of animals on the street. So I've always had this vision of just being involved. Maybe early on, personally, I'll get involved in just volunteering with different groups. So if you're part of a volunteer group, like, let me know what it's about, and maybe I can start there to get an idea of how to build my own organization, because I do have a vision of being able to just go to a place and really build a foundation where I could give back to that community, or I could be rescuing animals and helping in that sense, because that's just something that really speaks to me and would make me feel very fulfilled. And I mean, personally as well, I do want children at some point. I do think I'm young. I don't even think I mentioned, but yeah, we're the same age. I'm 27. But yeah, just I do want a family at some point. And there's not specific things. I guess personally, I'm just kind of going with the flow. I know who I am and kind of open to the opportunities that come my way as just life progresses. And professionally, I have been with the company I'm at for 5 years, and short-term wise, I'm not 100% sure. Of course, if it keeps going well, I will stay, but also you never know. I am open to other opportunities in the business space if it leads me to a good opportunity to be able to learn, because I want to gain as much knowledge. As I said, if I go to volunteer, I want to be able to learn knowledge so I could create my own. Same thing with business, whether it's a finance firm or whether it's another type of business. I want to be able to go in there and learn and get as many skills as I can. That way in the long run, when I'm ready to open up my own organization or business, I have as much of those skills and I have that confidence to be able to do that. So it's basically an RRH.
So RRH, I mean, we've talked about this just between the two of us. Of course, who else would we talk about too? But one of the goals we have for RRH is hopefully we can expand it, grow the community to where it can happen all over the world, have people like us interviewing local people in their community, local business owners in their community, and sharing their stories. So right now we're in California, we're in LA, we're only able to share stories of local people in our vicinity.
And mainly because, of course, the point of this whole thing is to impact the community, to be able to inspire the community and bring exposure to small businesses or home-based businesses. So that's why definitely our goal is to be able to get as much reach out there, because then we're making the most difference. And of course, we've also been thinking recently of just expanding our type of content. It'll still be giving out information, but we're trying to think of creative ways and interesting ways to bring that content to you, not just maybe with one interviewee, and mixing things up and just creating different subtopics around it. So you might be seeing that pretty soon.
And this is something that didn't come very naturally for me. I didn't start my self-development journey. I didn't start doing personal development until, I want to say, 5-6 years ago, in my early 20s. Some of the things that I do for myself is I listen to videos and I listen to podcasts. I love reading, but I'm not much for reading books, self-help books. I just get so bored. I love reading for my own pleasure, crime, romance books, books that you don't really learn a lot from. But self-help books, I just can't. I get so bored, and it's hard for me to finish them. I have all these books in my living room that I probably read like a few pages and then I put them down. But definitely a good thing to do though. I recommend reading self-help books. But I read a lot of articles that are more in the realm of self-help, self-development. What else? I work out. That's definitely a stress reliever for me. It's a place of safety, place of where I can go in my mind to just, I guess it's my way of meditating. I don't actually physically meditate. I don't spend a couple of minutes just meditating, but in my own way. I do it when I'm working out. I'm just in my own thoughts. I do it in
sorry, I just pictured like the work. Self-development. I couldn't tell you guys when I started. I don't know. You know, at this age, life's a blur. No, I'm just kidding. So young. I've had positive figures in my life that I feel like have started instilling that in me when I was young. So I've known concepts. The things I do now, which might be consistently, some not as much, just depends, but I do meditate. I am part of a class. We meet every Saturday and we meditate. It's mindful meditation, so that's something that I've been practicing for a while. I do yoga alongside my meditation. That is something that just helps my body in general. I just feel good. Especially in the morning, I feel like it's something that kind of gets me gets me in the right mindset. Another thing that I try to do is have a gratitude journal. So I try to do that, you know, in the morning as well as the night. It's good to just end your day with focusing on positive things and the gratitude that you have throughout your day. Other things, I do read. I'm a big book person. Like, I need the book. We're supposed to do a vision board soon, so I think that's something, you know, just affirmations. You guys have probably seen on our website. We do those.
For me, definitely my why is obviously my family, my future, and going back to the goals I mentioned earlier, being able to buy my own home, and then, you know, the business side of things as well. So obviously what keeps me, well, not say obviously, but what keeps me motivated in the day-to-day is just thinking of those things and keeping myself focused on the purpose and why I'm doing this, and the end goal is pretty much what really gets me through the day. And I know it's been such a hard year for everybody, and even if you're the most positive person, sometimes it's tough to keep that positivity, especially when you've been through unprecedented times and you don't know what's happening, you don't know what's going to happen.
In regards to me, I mean, same thing, of course. What keeps me motivated is that vision that I have for my future, for my future family, for my future kid. But I will say something, I guess now, I know I don't have those things. Throughout my life, I will say one of my constant motivations has always been my dad. And I feel like that drive in him, his own motivation and that drive he had, like, I feel like he has a fire inside him that almost he has transferred to me. That anytime that I feel like complaining or thinking like life's so hard, like, I can just think of my dad and think like, he's still going, man. Like, he's not stopping. And like, that's something that motivates me because, oh, I should have set it in goals, but one of my goals is I just want to retire my dad.
Honestly, I don't know how people describe me, and I could care less. But I think one of the primary things that people will describe me as, I'm a nurturer. I baby my friends and I take care of my loved ones and my family. What else? I think they'll describe me as very neat, freak, organized, borderline OCD. And I think that they would describe me as someone who has my shit together, even though they don't really know what happens behind the scenes, right? You know, I can act that I have my shit together, but I could really maybe not. I mean, I do. I do have I carry myself in a level of standard that I want people to view me as, which is like, I guess sophisticated is a nice thing. Thanks. Sophisticated, someone who is mature,
eloquent.
Eloquent with an accent. I want to say empathetic, but I'm probably not. I see myself as empathetic.
Very selective.
But another thing that I think people will view me as, and Eric actually pointed this out earlier, thanks very much, is that I can be a real bitch. Oh, one of the things is I really stand up for myself and for the people around me. So I'm a firm believer in doing the right thing and standing up for what's right. And yeah, I think that's pretty much covers it.
Nice. How would people describe me? Hippie? No, just kidding. I think it really depends, of course. My close friends and family will probably say I'm very goal-oriented, I'm very sarcastic, very weird, random. I just speak my mind. And I will say one of the big things I feel like people that really know me will probably say I'm almost like their advisor in life. I'm like a guiding person, and I don't know if that's the Capricorn in me or just the wisdom. Maybe I'm like an old soul, but I do seem to be like the person that my friends come to and ask for advice.
I actually broke this, I thought of this earlier, and I broke it down to 5 things. Let's not go crazy.
As the OCD in her.
So 5 things that I'm very passionate about, and of course they become your hobby too if you're passionate about these things, right? One of them is fitness, like I mentioned earlier. One of my professional goals is to build something along the lines of fitness. So I love everything about fitness. I love everything about being healthy. I try to live a very healthy, balanced lifestyle. The next thing is cooking. I love to cook. The third thing is makeup. I don't think this is really a passion of mine, but I do enjoy doing makeup. Doing my own makeup, Erica's makeup, my sister's makeup. The next thing is snowboarding. I love snowboarding. We're snowboarders. This year I was bummed that I wasn't able to snowboard as much because of the pandemic and the things I've been doing on the other, in my life. I wasn't able to do it, but if I can do it for the rest of my life, that's definitely a goal of mine. And the 5th thing, and this is something that I recently just admitted to myself, and that is writing. I actually really do love writing.
Hobbies, passions. I was trying to think, because unlike Donna, I didn't write these down in the middle of the day today. But as she was talking, I'm trying to think what do you do in your life? And I'm like, damn, all my hobbies and passions are outdoor things. Yeah, so they're all outdoor things. So of course fitness. Of course you mentioned snowboarding. We got into that. I'm pretty decent now, so that's always a huge thing we look forward to, and it's really fun. I do play soccer. I've been playing soccer since I was this big. I was 5 years old. I was 5 years old, and now I actually host my own soccer game. So if you're in the area, Balboa Park, Saturday mornings, meetup app. And besides that, I mean, everything from hiking. I just hiked Half Dome in Yosemite. That was amazing. I went to Zion, did Angel's Landing. I haven't done it as much, but I recently got into skating again. Last but not least, what would you say you attribute this mindset and I guess who you are as a woman now.
What I think I attribute my mindset to is it goes back to when I was born in the Philippines, and that's something that I didn't really say in the beginning. I was born in the Philippines and I came to America when I was 12. And over there, and if you're someone who's lived in a similar type country, you know that you kind of have to hustle and grow up really fast and have to learn things that a normal 11, 10-year-old kid don't really learn here in America. And that's to hustle pretty much. And it's a different world. So bringing all those type of behaviors, that mindset that I learned from over there to here now, I think that's really where it came from. And here, like I mentioned about my self-development years in my early 20s, I realized how mindset really plays a huge factor in your day-to-day life and who you become as a person, in your success in life. And so with that in mind, I really wanted to master my own mindset, because I think that's one thing that you have control over. Also, having to fend for myself at an early age, I actually left home, my home meaning my dad's house, at 17.
Who do I attribute my mindset to? Of course, in the present time, I'm sure we can attribute my mindset to going back to the self-development that we do. But I guess where did it might start, or where did I get introduced to it? I mean, it really does go back to my dad. I feel like I owe him everything. But I would say my dad and my brother, because in regards to schooling, of course, my dad would tell me the importance. He never failed to tell me, like, and he would remind me what, of course, coming from Mexico and what he had to go through, how much hard work he had to do. So he always instilled in me that education was very important. And then I almost instilled in myself, I was like, if I want to get out of here or like do something, I need to get like straight A's. So I think because I had those role models, they started showing me at an early age what I had to do to be able to reach my goals and keep moving forward. And I grew up observing my dad, from how hard he would work, from how he treated people, from how positive he was. Like, no matter what life hit him, he was always looking at the bright side. And then that's when I started just attributing and piecing my mindset more together. And of course, it's a never-ending job. Like Dana has mentioned, like every day we just wake up trying to become a better version of ourselves and increasing our mindset, making it stronger, expanding it, just being open to new things and being open to learning.
All right, that's really all the questions we have.
This was longer than
really
expected. But I hope you guys actually enjoyed it, getting to know us more and just learning about our lives. And I guess if there's specific things you wanted us to elaborate on, let us know. Like I said, we'll be doing maybe shorter videos specific on just one topic so we can elaborate, and then we'll of course do more videos just on RRH specifically and topics on that.
Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate your support, and like she said, we'll try to put out more content like this, different types of content, so you guys don't get bored. Hopefully you don't. But yeah, so we'll see you guys on the next one.
Yeah, follow us and share this. Don't just like, subscribe, but if you know other people that might benefit, definitely share it. We appreciate it so much. And yeah, see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.